Hey everybody. My computer wasn't going on. How is everyone? Good, good, good. Thanks for showing up. I appreciate it. Really quick, let's talk a little bit about that video that I sent to, I think most of you are in the IPA group, and I posted it on our team page. About how to talk to people about plexus. I just feel that it really puts the ball in our court. And it also helps us do exactly what we're trying to do, which is to add value to people, right? And I think that it makes issues like price and things like that a lot less icky or stressful or weird. I love it. I had actually never heard of her before, but obviously love Sarah Taylor. So I wanted to give it a watch because if she's endorsing somebody, I knew it was probably going to be pretty good. So, I have listened to it multiple times and I will continue to listen to it over and over again because I really think that's the best way to not only present our products or to figure out, what would work best for them, but also to be able to share our opportunity that we have in a very, what's the word? Organic way. So if you haven't watched it, watch it because it's awesome. And it definitely has changed some of the verbiage that I use. And what you say is so key. You know what I mean? The questions that you ask and what you say is so, so important to how the conversation goes. We can't control people's responses, but we can try to elicit responses and make sure that we're on the same page by asking good questions. And I think that video does just that. Okay. So what I wanted to talk to you guys about was something that I had a coaching call with one of the liaisons, and we were just talking about he understands the structure of our team. He has it all in front of him. He knows who my leaders are. He knows who's struggling. He knows certain things about you all, and he also understands and knows that our team is extremely customer heavy. So he told me about something that another team is doing that is just working awesome for them to grow their teams. So I wanted to share that with you guys and see if you all are on board and maybe kind of figure out how we can implement this and how it's best implemented per each of you, right? So you're going to have to look at your team structure and your people, your customers and your ambassadors. It doesn't have to be just level ones. So, I have a lot of adopted level ones because their sponsors are MIA. So, I think that you kind of have to just decide, but you should make a focus on something. So some of this team is focusing like specifically on level 2s to try to get like their like third, level going and things like that. So there's ways to be strategic about this, but this is what they're doing. And I'm going to try to explain it so it's not confusing because I was like, can you repeat that again, Logan? Can you repeat that again? Can you tell me one more time what you just said? Because I wasn't getting what he was saying. But I think I have it written out in a good way. So basically what he's doing is, or what they're doing, he's not doing this, is they are reaching out to whomever, okay, whether it's a customer or an ambassador, and telling them, hey, you've been taking the products for a long time. And I know that you enjoy them. And I'm wondering if you want to take part in a referral program I'm doing where if you get 3 people in a conversation with me, okay, a 3-way message, a phone call, whatever's easiest, I am going to be giving you $10 off your next order or $20 off your next order. And this is how it works. They don't come back to you until they have those 3 people. Okay. They're not sending one here and one there. They need 3 people. Okay. So once they have those 3 people, they will come to you and say, hey, I have 3 people, my mom, my sister, blah, 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 blah. And then you decide how you want to do that. Do you want to do a mass, or not mass, be 5 people, but do you want to do a mini Zoom? Do you want to do individual messages with these people and utilize the video I talked about in the beginning as a means to talk about the products and the opportunity with these folks? Or, however you want to handle it, right? So then what they're doing is they are giving that person, whoever it is, the opportunity to take those 3 people, right? And say, you just went silver, or you just got 3 customers and paid for your products. So this works really well for wholesale ambassadors, right? And customers who maybe don't really see the vision, but you see their potential, or maybe, whatever. It doesn't matter. It can be any customer, because you never really know, right? So worst case scenario, they tell you that they don't want to do it. But I guess the other thing is that, you can get customers, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like, or you can get ambassadors, because, maybe not everybody will take you up on being like, hey, but I think the whole point of this, well, there's three points. The first point is to ensure by giving them $20 off their next order, right? That, hold on a second. Do you guys hear that background music stuff? Okay, there we go. So one is ensuring that they're going to place another order, right? So whether they're a customer or an ambassador, or whether they stay a customer, it doesn't matter, because you're giving them $10 or $20 off their next order if they bring those 3 people to you and you are allowed to have those conversations. Now, what this takes, though, is confidence, though, okay? And that's why that using that video is so important, because you should utilize the exact method that she uses, right? Because that clearly works. And so there's no reason to reinvent the wheel, and it's what I will be using. The second thing is that it has people seeking us out versus us seeking them out, right? And it can create kind of a massive ripple effect in your team if you do this with a lot of people, because it'll get them thinking about, gosh, I have to know 3 people that might want to lose weight or gain energy or suffer with pain or have allergies, or, whatever the case may be. And you can explore that with them when you approach them about this, right? To show them how easy it can be. Again, simplifying this. Something I don't think our team does really well is simplifying things. At least I know I don't. So it's something I'm working on. Then the other thing, or the third thing, is that it shows, I already said this, but it shows customers how easy it is to go silver or to get your products covered. It builds belief into them by us pretty much doing the work for them, but showing them how easy it can be for them to duplicate that. And again, utilizing that video that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about, but it is also a very simple and duplicated method. So if you're using that, your customers or the people you're using this with are going to say, well, that's easy. I can ask those questions. You know what I mean? And that's what we want. We don't want people to be spouting off, things about candida and this and that, because what's going to happen is people are going to go, what, first of all, and second of all, I can't duplicate that. It's going to confuse them and make it, it's not going to work. I think, the whole thing in that one video was, what's Plexus? Plexus is a drink that makes me feel good. Seriously, that's what we should be saying instead of all the other crap that comes out of our mouths. So the fourth thing is that it develops leaders. And I think that is key. It develops not only you guys into leaders and myself to improve our leadership skills, but it helps to instill that other people can do this, right? That we believe in them, that, you know, they're the ones that got these 3 people. So they really did do the work, right? So we want to applaud them and praise them. And so you have to determine, okay, in your team, how you would want to do this. So for me, I'm going to offer this to probably less active ambassadors, okay? Like more like wholesale ambassadors on a couple of my different levels, who maybe I see that have the potential to do this, or maybe I think that they could really benefit from the extra money or the confidence, or, you know what I mean? Those are the people I'm probably going to approach first. My customer base, I'm going to approach people first that are really close to 100 PV and over 100 PV every month, because they can make straight commission on anything that they have over their order then. You know what I'm saying? And if you can get somebody, you know, up over the 100 PV, then of course they're, you know, an active ambassador as well. One of the things that I've noticed lately is a lot of our new ambassadors are ordering like 68 in PV, 80 in PV. You know, those are people you want to talk to, okay? Those are the people that you want to offer this to if you're going to do it, because they're the people that they're not even as good as retail customers for us. I mean, it's hard, you know, because you never know what somebody's going to do, and you can't force anybody to do anything. But I think that she was right on in the video about kind of sort of interviewing them, and maybe if they're like, you know, that's just not in my budget, steering them towards the customer for the first month, and then really actively being involved with them so that they have awesome success and want to join us the next month, right? So thoughts, questions, you know, the other thing that he mentioned, because I was like, well, what about the whole like $20, $10, blah, 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 blah. Now you can do anything you want, right? But like you could have like a cap, like only like the first 3 people you bring to me, I'll give you $20 off your order. The next 3 people you bring to me, I'll give you $10 off your order, up to, you know, whatever. Okay. And you can structure this differently with different people, however you want, but try to make it as simple as you can. And then they can in turn, right, do this with their new people. Okay. That's the like that's the like icing on the cake, right? If we're teaching people to do this and invest in people and lead them to get 3 customers, right? Or 3 ambassadors, or whatever they end up wanting to be after we use the series of questions that one video told us to use. And I'm happy to type those up if you think that would help. I don't know if that would help anybody. Obviously, you know, yes, Emily. Okay. I will type it up from my notes, and I'll probably be able to get to that like, I don't know. So
yeah, whenever. And I can try and watch it again and type it
yeah,
up.
I've just been listening to it. Like,
yeah, I think like, you know, like we were talking like in that other group, like it's nice to have that in front of you just as like reminders, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm,
like
mm-hmm.
you're doing like a voice message, or I don't know, like when I'm doing my check-ins and stuff like that, you know?
For sure.
Because there are things we should be talking to like customers when we follow up to, you know, kind of, I don't know,
Yeah.
like a good reminder. So
yeah, for sure. And I mean, it's really just, I don't know, like 5 or 6 or 7 questions. And it's also the verbiage you use. I love are you interested in the products, the opportunity, or both? Again, it's my recommendation that you replace the word business with opportunity. It's just how I feel. You can choose to do whatever you'd like. I just feel that sometimes the word business comes with a heavy burden for some people. They think, oh, whoa, no, business is not what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for something that intense, even though we know that you can make it as small or as large as you want to. So that being said, does anybody have any like concerns? I mean, this is literally exploding that team. Like, it's because they're doing it, right? I mean, that's the thing is it's good in theory, but you have to implement it for your people. And that might be something like a live video on your team page to kind of share, what you're doing. That might be, I mean, I don't know. You have to kind of think about it. I'm maybe not doing a live video, especially if your team is larger, because if you don't do it with some people, I mean, I don't know. But you could make that the option and see who comes to you. I mean, you can do whatever you want with this. Does anybody have any questions? Does anybody think this is a great idea? Does anybody think this is stupid? Okay. Jessica.
I have a question. Well, you know what my team is like now. Next to nothing. I have just 3 ambassadors still. That's it, out of my original almost 20. And I think I have 2 customers. So I just don't see how, and what do I do in that case?
You do this with all of them. That's what you do.
Just my 3?
No, all of your customers and all of your ambassadors.
I know, but I have like 3
6
ambassadors and 2 customers.
Right. So that's 5 or 6, right? And if they all get 3 people, that's 30. Do you see how quickly that multiplies, right? So that's 30. Then they all get 3 people. That's, I'm not good at math, but that's a lot. And so that's how you have to think about it, right? It doesn't matter how big or small your team is. It's about talking to people and getting people in front of you, right? That is the hardest part. I think that a lot of us have started to master what to say and ask, and I know we're all still learning and growing, but that's the easy part, in my opinion. The hard part is getting that person available, right? But we don't have the relationships with those people that they have, right? So it's going to be a lot easier for them to get them present. But the deal is that if they want to participate, and again, you decide how much you're going to give them off their first order or whatever, they have to come back to you with 3 people. Okay? They have to.
Do those 3 people need to order?
What?
Do those 3 people need to order?
I would say so. I would say so. Wouldn't you? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. It's kind of hard. Like, do we say, I mean, referring 3 people to you is different than referring 3 people to me that all order. You know what I mean?
Correct.
How are you guys thinking about stating that?
I guess the thing is that I want them to, the conversations that I'm going to be having with my customers and my ambassadors that I do this with, is to think, to genuinely think about the people in their life, right, who they think could benefit from that, and reach out to them in a heartfelt manner. And of course, we can share how we do that, right? And say that, we will give them $20 off their next order, or their order this month, or whatever, if they can find 3 people to put in a 3-way message with me, or a Zoom, or whatever you choose, right? And to come back to me when they have those 3 people, if they're willing to participate. I think at that point in time, I'm really confident that after I ask those questions, right, that I'll have 3 out of 3 orders or ambassadors. I'm not, that does not like make me nervous at all. I just don't, I have a good success rate with that. And so, I think you can kind of work that out with them. I mean, obviously, if they come to you with 3 people and they're just listening because they want to get $20, you know what I mean? That's why I would say that they would have to order. You know what I mean? Because I think that could create, people, I would hate to think people would take advantage of it, but they might, right? So I would say that, $20 your next order for, if the 3 of them place an order or sign up as an ambassador, either or. There's no PV requirement, nothing like that. You know what I mean? Just to get them on board and engaged. And I would definitely share the how to talk to people about Plexus video with your people that you're doing this with. Right. I think that it's super, super good. Even customers, it doesn't matter if they see that.
I just think I don't know. I guess I have an issue with all 3 of them ordering because it's not like that person, okay, say 2 out of the 3 order, right? Mm-hmm. So that third person, it's not like you're never going to talk to them again. You would probably put them in your follow-up system, right?
Yeah.
And so I don't know. So I guess I'm curious about what message you're sending the person, if say 2 of them order and the third one's not ready. You know what I mean? If you're oh no, you don't get the money. I don't know. I'm just trying
to. You don't have to do that though. Like I said, I think that you should tailor it to what you want to do. It doesn't matter. I personally would be fine with 2 out of 3 as well, because you're right. You do go into the follow-up system. And at that point in time, you could say to that person, especially if they're a customer that's, near 100 PV or by 100 PV, you can sign up as an ambassador, right? And use the $20 off your next order. These 2 people that are ready can order from you or sign up under you as an ambassador. And I will teach you how to follow up with Nancy, who's not ready. Right? That's how I would do it.
Right. So then I'm sorry, I'm asking.
No.
So hypothetically, say somebody just ordered, right? This is just a customer and they're willing to do this for you. They do this for you. So they may not need products. So would you have them sign up and then wait to buy the welcome pack? You know what I mean? I'm just trying to figure out if they decided to join as an ambassador and maybe they're well, I just bought products.
Yeah, you could. If the timing is really bad, you know what I mean? Let's say their auto ship went through the day before. They could. I don't have anything against that as long as they do order it. You know what I mean? Because you do have 30 days to order it. I wish that you could order it online and not have to call. But as long as you set up a date with them to make that purchase, I don't see a problem with it. I don't. You gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? But do not give them, you know what I mean, that $20 until they're making that purchase. You know what I mean?
Right.
I would, if that was a situation, I wouldn't give them their $20 off their ambassadorship before, you know what I'm saying? Before they got a welcome pack. I wouldn't do that.
Right.
That's just my opinion.
Right. No, that makes sense.
Yeah. Other questions?
Just something to add on to what Emily was saying, because she's concerned about 2 people ordering or 3 or whatever. What we could do, or you could say, is just do the wording differently. So up to 20%, or, and then after the meeting or after they order, then you can kind of go from there, and you're not really stuck in I have to give them 20% even though 1 person ordered. Something like that.
Oh, $20, you mean?
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's okay. Because you can do percentages too if you want, whatever you want to do. But yeah, you can for sure. You could. Yeah, that's a good thing. You could do yeah. A third of 20 is not really easy to do, but you could. If you were going to do a $30 off thing, you could say, if 2 people sign up, you get 20. If 1, 10, whatever. But because in the long run, it's worth it to you guys, right? You're making this money back right away, and potentially, a ton more. You know what I mean? But you have to invest in this process, and you have to be there for these people and, help them do this, right? Because if you drop the ball, it's not going to give them any confidence, nor is it going to help them be, successful. Again, keeping it simple, utilizing that video, like I said, and just having them share, you know what I mean? And then you never know, like someone might come to you with 3 people and they end up signing up as an ambassador because they want these 3 people to sign up under them. And then at that point you say, let's do a sip and see. Clearly it was easy for you to get these 3 people. Let's do a sip and see. If it has to be virtual, fine, whatever. But just, those are the things. Like, a lot of you come to me and tell me that you want your businesses to be here, and they're here, right? And so this is the chance to take action if you want to make up that gap. And I think that, it could be, and, even Logan was saying that it can be a little bit of work up front, right? With these 3-way messages going on and trying to keep track of things. But if you pinpoint or focus, if you have a larger team on, certain levels and certain things, like for me, I'm going to try and focus on my level on 1, like total strictly like wholesale ambassadors who have potential, who I see have potential, and level 2s. And then I'm going to look at my customer base next and kind of see who, because there's a couple people that I would love to have on my team that are customers. Unfortunately, a lot of my customers are in other MLMs. So like, I don't want to, they obviously know that it's an option for them, but I don't, some of them are happy. So it's not like I'm going to be like, come to the pink side. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of utilize what you have to do this. But Jessica, just because your team is smaller does not mean that you cannot blow up your team with something like this. So you have to have that confidence, though, in yourself. Watch that video again. I encourage you all to. I've been listening to it just kind of when I have downtime.
And then and Jessica too, I've been using like the referral system for a while, so that's why I'm trying to figure out how this is going to work different. But, Jessica, you should reach out to friends who maybe think Plexus isn't for them and see if they're willing to find 3 people. I have some random people that do that, but that might be an option for you too. Like if this kind of works for you, maybe you have a friend who, I don't know, just would do it because they like you, I don't know. Yeah. People are funny that way, where they might not take it themselves, but they might tell other people, and they don't have to buy product, but you could just give them the money, and then maybe they would come around. But can you go over the rules again, Kate? Is $30 is the max, right? I'm not saying I'm going to do more, but I'm just trying to understand.
You can give them $1,000 if you want. It doesn't matter. It's just like $30 would be great for using the thing that Kayla was talking about. Bring me 3 people, and 3, if they all order, I'll give you $30. If 2 of them order, I'll give you 20. If 1 of them orders, I'll give you 10. Now, the point here is to get them to utilize that towards their orders, right? If you choose to give them the cash for not for that, it's not probably going to benefit you as much. So these are incentives that should go through the pay portal, okay, for your ambassador and for your customers. This shouldn't be like a check or you know what I mean, in my opinion, okay, because this is supposed to be building leaders and building your business, right? So there might be a few exceptions like Emily was talking about, and I think that's totally fine. But I would start with the pay portal. And Jessica, I know we talked a little bit this week about you reaching out to some of your inactive people or people that were really happy, and perhaps seeing if there was something that, you know, you could help them with, and this would be an option for them too. Okay, they could very quickly come back on board and get these, you know, 3 people. So this would actually probably be pretty great for your team. Okay. Any other questions? Anybody excited about this? Because I'm kind of excited about this. I just think that this could really, I mean, I don't know. I see all these things working for other teams, and we just need to duplicate them. You know, I think the part that gets us a lot of time is because a lot of us are busy moms, or just work full time or whatever. And I'm sure a lot of other teams are the same way. So I'm not making excuses for us, but I think that we a lot of times let that get in our way, and we don't place this as a priority. And so it might be a little extra work for, you know, a short period of time, but the benefit could be huge. I really want everybody to focus on simplicity and duplication. That is how teams grow, and that is how you get that freedom, that time freedom that I'm wanting. You know, I mean, that's the money's awesome, but for me, like, I'm wanting that time freedom. And so you just have to work for it, you know. So yeah.
I have an idea, and
Yeah.
I'm wondering what your thoughts are on this, but because I have 2 people that I've talked to within the last week about the opportunity, and they're really, really on the fence, and I'm thinking this is something I could use with them. I could say, you know, you're on the fence, you know, you see the potential, you'd like to see yourself in this position, so why don't you see if you can talk to 3 people, and if you do so, I'll pay for your $35.95, 90, you know, whatever, $34.95, you know, like something like that. I think we could even use it for that, because I know for a fact if I said that to these 2 people, because they've already thought in our conversations, they've already thought of people that they could tell. So it's like, well, maybe this could be an incentive for them to actually do that.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. And just go over that with them. Just say, try to jog their brains, right? Who do you know that could use this? Because we know that everybody can, right? But who do you know that loves you and that you love and that you want to see get healthier, or to, you know, who would be awesome at this opportunity, who, you know, knows a lot of people and is loving or whatever, you know what I mean? Who do you know? Help jog the memory and say, you know, if I show you step by step how to do this, you know, are you game? Because I know you see the potential. Absolutely. Because that is something that I use all the time. When somebody tells me no, okay, or is on the fence, I always say, no problem. But do you know anybody who struggles with, and I use what they're struggling with because I'm smart, right? So we have to be strategic here. And then I say, or would like to make a generous income from home if I show them exactly how to do so. You know what I mean? You have to have confidence in yourself that you can do that. And I think that lacks in some of us too, that we don't have the confidence that we can help them get customers. But guess what? You can. The only time I'm unsuccessful in helping people build their team or build their customer base is when they will not do the work, right? They will not do the work. And that's it. So it's not my fault, it's theirs. You know what I mean? My business is my business. And I think one of the things we also need to do is focus on our businesses more than our teams. Okay. I think that's something that wears us down and brings us down too. I love you all, but sometimes I feel like I don't have any time for my business because I'm constantly answering messages, or, you know what I mean, doing things. And believe me, it goes way beyond you guys. It's not just you guys, and you guys are the most self-sufficient people that I have. So it's the always, and I hear this from leaders all the time, your business first. your business first. That's the most important thing. You set the pace, you set the tone. It's all about that, right? As long as you're setting up your newbies for success, don't get me wrong. Don't be signing up people and adding customers and not helping them. I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? You need to be focusing on your IPAs and stuff first. But it is an income producing activity to be training an ambassador so that they can produce an income. It is an income, you know what I'm saying? But it's not an income producing activity to be answering questions that people can find by simply searching for them. Okay. And so that's the difference. Sorry, I got off on a tangent.
And Megan, I've seen, like, I'm sure you've seen this, Kate, too, some people where they before they sign up, they like talk to their friends. So like as soon as they sign up, they like go silver. So that might be a way to phrase it too. Like,
For sure. They're going to get $100 bonus.
You know?
Yeah.
Like you can have these people lined up, kind of feel it out, and then,
Yeah. They're going to get $100 bonus. They're going to get 150 to 75 to 150 for the welcome packs. I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, paint the picture, show them the vision, right? And at the same time, to top it all off, you're helping these people get healthy and embrace an opportunity. And I think that's why I love what we do, because I'm not selling anything. I'm helping these people. And I think that coming from that place, just like in that video, as far as, this is actually a different video. Did you all watch that neuropathic video? OMG. I mean, like, it just gives me chills. And I have like several like really crunchy, like skeptical snobs that I sent that video to. And I'm loving the responses. So, but she was talking about how if your goal is to just help people, your rank will take care of itself, right? So we just have to help more people. So I think that all of us have a little bit of a different team structure. So we should definitely be kind of tailoring this to our individual teams or customer base. Those of us with larger customer bases, you can choose how you want to do that, and just go from there. Please let me know if you have any questions or if you're struggling on who to pinpoint. But I think making a focus, if you have a larger team, is going to be a good idea. So try to look at your team and who you can focus on to get this going. Megan, I think that, talking to Kaylin about this is something that would be good, because she has massive potential, just needs to tap into it. And there's other people on your team that that would definitely benefit from this too. People that have kind of waxed and waned with this opportunity.
And and I like this because it's like all stuff you think about, but this is a great way to present it. I think it's just the way that we're presenting it.
Yeah. For sure.
The stuff we've tried or maybe said, but like this is a really great way to present it. So thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you can thank Logan and whoever came up with this. It's working for other teams. So why can't it work for us? You know what I mean? Why can't it work for us? We just have to do the work. So go out, figure out who on your team you want to reach out to, customers you want to reach out to. And here's the kicker. For those of you who don't have big teams or customer bases, you can use this for new people too, right? Okay, it doesn't have to be an existing customer or an ambassador, but it can be, and I think that'll work for a lot of us. But also, we can do this with new people, especially people that we know are really well connected, or have large families. Simple, easy peasy. Put it this way for them. Help them go silver before they even join us, like Emily was saying. People do it all the time. I know when people find out about Fast Start Gold before they join, they line up their 20. And then they sign them all up. You know what I mean? And you can do that. I'll wait for you. I'll wait a couple days while you find 20 people. No problem. You know what I mean? So just have confidence in yourself, guys. Have confidence in what we have. I believe in you, and I just want you guys to be successful, because I know that you all want that, and you all are. So don't get me wrong. You all are successful, but I do hear from a lot of you guys on a weekly basis about where you want to be and where you're currently at. So I think this can really kind of help us bridge the gap. Cool. Okay. Thank you guys for taking the time and being on the Zoom. I really appreciate it. I know it was kind of impromptu. So if there's no other questions, I'll let y'all go.
Could we do we want to check I don't know, not do a group chat, but I'd be curious, or if anybody would be willing to do a group chat with me or whatever. I guess
I will.
I would like some partners in this, and just
sharing our successes and issues.
I've really benefited from the other group, in the beginning, the examples people shared, how it was going, how they changed their language. I certainly learned from it and changed my language and have been more successful. So
good.
We would want to do that.
Yeah,
I will do that too with you. Add me to that, please.
I think that all of you guys are on the IPA challenge, aren't you? Maybe not Karen, but Jessica, Catherine, Nicole. Is Nina left, but she's on it too, isn't she? The accountability thing right now? Yeah. Nicole? Okay. And then Christina's on it too. So why don't we just utilize that? Because it's you know what I mean? We're all in here. And Karen, I can add you to it, okay?
I'm on the accountability
good.
chat. Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. So we're good. Then everybody that is here is on that already. So why don't we utilize that? This week is Blue Personalities, and we've been kind of reaching out to those folks. Please send some examples that you guys have done this week with Blues. Megan, I know you've sent some examples for Blues. You tend to have a lot of Blue friends. Maybe that's because you're a Blue. But, I think utilizing that group is just fine, just to not, create another chat. Is that cool?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm going to go look over my reports tomorrow morning, actually probably Friday when I don't have kids, and kind of figure out who I want to pinpoint and target. But please feel free to send questions about this to that chat as well. And I'll just rename it. I'll just double name it. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, guys.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Yep.